Hi guys, welcome back, and if you are new here, thanks so much for stopping by and watching me in today's video complete my checklist. There's lots of motivation in this video. I'll be decluttering, I will be decorating, and of course doing some cleaning, so let's do this. I feel like I'm always starting in the kitchen, but that is the most used room in our house and it's the one that needs the most attention. And when I do my checklist, I typically do put dishes and kitchen on there because I'm always going to need to get that done, and that's just something else to check off the list.
I just want you under the lights. I just want you when it's my time. I just want you breaking my stride. I just want you. I wanna let with you, nothing to do. Let's throw all our worries away.
I hope you guys had a great week, and I hope you got a little bit of sunshine. Here in Michigan, we're kind of off and on. Some days we will have spring-like weather. The next day it will be snowing outside, or we'll have some rain. We'll have a really cloudy day. I feel like we're getting 3 or 4 seasons all in one week. So I hope you guys have been getting just a little bit of sunshine at least. As you can see on this day, this was one of the sunnier days, which was so good for my mental health. I've been kind of in a funk lately, and I can definitely feel that my mood and energy levels have increased when there is a little bit of sunshine outside. And on this day, I felt really good. So it was time to get that checklist done, and I did feel a lot more energized on this day. And that's one of my robots that my son made. I think I was talking in the last video about how he had gone through a whole roll of tape making those, and that was one of those that he made, so I had to tuck that away in his drawer. Now that I got the kitchen and dishes out of the way, I wanted to move on to the decluttering portion, and if you'll notice on the checklist, I only put the coffee bar area to declutter. It's very rare that I will do an entire room decluttering. I have to focus on small areas at a time, otherwise I just won't do it. So I will either say like a drawer, or this space over here, or this small closet. I can't do my full house at a time. I can't do an entire room at a time unless it's something small like the bathroom. So I just wanted to get this area cleaned off over here. My sister had given me a regular coffee maker. I was going to do away with my Keurig. I just feel like it's more cost effective to go with a coffee pot, so that's what I was switching over. We have 3 cabinets above our coffee bar area, one of which is mugs, so that's the cabinet I'm going through now. I didn't have a ton of mugs to get rid of, but there were a few that we just don't grab for often, so I was going to go ahead and donate those. The second cabinet is kind of a hodgepodge of things. I needed to organize that a little bit better, clean it out, throw some things away, condense some things. And then the third cabinet I didn't show because it's pretty well organized and it's just like some extra cans and pasta and things like that.
I'm holding on to you. Take a let me go for good. I'm waiting on your move, so I can find out it's true. Always giving you
My kids had received a lot of hot chocolate throughout the holiday season. Some was from us, my mother-in-law, different family members. They got some in their stockings, so I was putting those all in one location. We also had a lot of tea bags, and I wanted to put those all in one location. And I had been wanting to use this jar for a long time, but I didn't really have a use for it. I used it as like a small candy jar during Valentine's Day, but I didn't have a use for it after that, so I thought this was the perfect spot to put the loose tea bags. And if you didn't know, that is a candle jar. That used to be a candle in there. If you didn't know, you can put it in the freezer, pull out the wax, and use whatever container the candle was in. I'm sure you know that most people have at least one junk drawer in their house. I feel like we have about 3 or 4 in our house. This drawer always needs decluttered, cleaned, and organized, always. So I was taking my time getting out all the loose change, finding all the loose screws in there, and putting them in the correct location, wiping everything down, and then putting it back in nice and organized. The drawer right below it is my son's drawer. I allow him to keep all his toys and crafting and all his papers, and he keeps a lot of paper. Anything that he brings home from school, he wants to keep for the next 30 years. He loves paper, never wants to get rid of anything. I don't know if your kids are like that, but my 6-year-old son definitely is, so I have to take it upon myself to declutter some items while he's at school. I kid you not, I probably threw away about 100 sheets of paper that just had little scribbles on it or little math problems that he made up, but I had to keep this little guy. This is where we used to keep our K-cups, but since we don't have the Keurig anymore, we have 2 open drawers here, which is really nice. The final drawer is the kids' game drawer. If you have never played this Slapsy, it is a super fun game for kids. Both my 12-year-old daughter and 6-year-old son love to play it together, so it's a good game for all ages. But I was just going to declutter some of these games that the kids no longer play. They got a lot for Christmas, so I was going to get rid of some of the older ones that they no longer play. And here are some of the items that I'll be donating. Also remember that I threw away tons of papers and tons of junk. So it felt really good to get the area done, but now on to vacuuming the kitchen and living room. And now for the last thing to accomplish on my checklist to decorate for spring. I also wanted to put out some of my decor pieces for St. Patty's Day. I literally have 3 things to put out for that, but I wanted to go ahead while I was decorating everything else to go ahead and put those out. And in this room, I'm not really doing much. I'm just going to take the pink vase with the flowers in it from the living room and put it as the centerpiece here in the dining room. The next thing I wanted to do was just wipe down the mantle. I was going to put up some greenery here, but it was still really dusty from when I took down my Christmas decor. I'm not gonna lie, I don't love how this came out. I hate that we have a cord coming from the TV to the outlet, and you can really see that, and I was hoping that the garland or the greenery here would help hide that, but it didn't really. I love the other things I put up, but it just didn't hide it as well as I thought it would.
And I feel better, 'cause I let somebody go. We've been going on forever. There's no more crying on the floor. And she said it's now or never. So I let somebody go. Ooh.
And here's one of my 3 pieces. I bought like a 3-pack of green towels a couple years ago, so I've been putting that out. It's just a cheap, fun way to decorate for the kids. And then this corner here was kind of driving me nuts. I didn't know which way I liked it best. I did it 3 different ways, so you're gonna have to let me know which way you like it.
I thought that I would miss her more, but I wake up and I feel better, 'cause I let somebody go. We've been going on forever. There's no more crying on the floor. And she said it's now or never. So I let somebody go. Ooh.
And this is the 3rd way. I think I like it this way the best, but you'll have to let me know what you guys think. And that will wrap up today's video. Thank you for sticking around till the end. I hope that I gave you even just a little bit of motivation today, but I will see you in next week's video.